All right, what's up? It's your boy. I've never done that before. I don't know why I did that now, but I've never really done a video like this. This is going to be a director's, sort of co-director's commentary on Ashes, which is a project that me and my friend Nicholas did with the help of my little brother to help film and stuff. That we did for Peter McKinnon's 72-hour video challenge, or challenge competition, whatever you want to call it, in 2020. So Nicholas called me up and he was like, Peter McKinnon is doing this like competition, we should enter with something, do something. And I was sort of adamant to doing something at first. I've always wanted to do like sort of an emotional story, like a real story of a person who loses his friend, either through an accident or like suicide. This was just like a perfect coming together of all those ideas and the opportunity to do one. So I sat down in the evening to start writing the script, and I wrote the script until like 2 or 3 a.m. because I got so into it and I was so excited. Because I was so excited to start filming the day after, I ended up not sleeping that much. I started filming the day after. It took us pretty much all day, or all... it didn't take all day because of reasons I'll get into or a little bit later. So we did basically the whole project, including editing, under 24 hours, roughly, which you can sort of see in the project itself. There's some stuff that's missing, but I've tried to edit around it. Nicholas actually made an original edit that he sent into the competition. I then later did my own edit, which is the one I've posted, because it sort of followed my own idea of when I wrote the script of how it would turn out. So anyways, let's jump into the video and I'll talk us through sort of the ideas and what happened. So let's go. So before anything, when I was looking for music, I was really struggling trying to find music that sort of fit the feeling of this of the video, because I wanted 2 songs, a slightly sadder one for the later part and like a upbeat one, a kind of fun one for the start. And when I found this, like, the sound that you hear in the beginning, I was again kind of adamant to use it, because I was like, it's kind of quirky and weird and it didn't really fit in with the like urban environment. It felt more like a Scottish Highlands type, like countryside song. But eventually I used it and I was like, I felt like it fitted it fit the feeling of what I wanted to portray in the beginning, the sort of like playfulness of the situation and what was happening. So it is weird, but I felt like the weirdness kind of worked for it. This here first part was actually the last thing we filmed of the day. The reason it was all kind of shuffled together really quickly towards the end was because me and my brother were late to a family dinner. We were already late at this point and we weren't even done filming yet. But this was the last day we had to film to make it to the competition. So we were just like desperately trying to make it work. So some stuff that I wish we did better here was like getting better audio, maybe doing more takes or whatever. But in the end, this is what we got, which is still fine. I still enjoy this and I'm very happy with it. But if I were to do it again, I'd give us more time, do it more properly, work on audio and stuff.
Hey, you're out of toilet paper.
Just use your thumb.
But I'm trying to keep it clean for your mom tonight.
Have you checked under the sink?
Oh, I found some.
Dumbass.
Are you ready to go?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm almost ready, mate.
It's funny. I still remember some of the lines of this. I still remember filming it. It was a good time. The idea of the whole dumbass thing, me calling him dumbass, I'm gonna do that a few more times during the video. That was sort of my nickname to my friend in the video. That's supposed to have a crescendo towards the end, but in the end I changed it to asshole, which was kind of dumb. But Dumbass is still today my nickname for my friend Nicholas. So the reason we actually cut 4 times there is because I wanted to linger on that moment a little bit more to make it more poignant that I'm bringing this thing and that I had some kind of it had some weight to it. So I had to cut between those 2 takes like 4 times just to make sure there's enough time where we're like focusing on that one thing and he's completely silent. But yeah, let's go. OP bag, by the way. Love that bag. It's broken now, but I loved it.
Let's go.
Star Wars transition. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to transition between each one, but I made the decision to just do it sort of artsy, sort of it like Star Wars style, where it didn't really make sense to do it, but it was just like a stylized route to go. So as you saw there with the circle, and there's going to be some swipes and whatnot. And funny thing in this clip here, Tim filmed it, I guess. Yeah, my brother filmed it. When he filmed it, there was no sound in the clip because the microphone was turned off by accident. So I had to like find car sounds and door sounds and everything and background noise to make this sound sort of okay, which is quite fun. You can kind of hear, maybe. Maybe not. I feel like I did a pretty good job with the sound. So this is us arriving to the beginning of our spot, where we're gonna have this whole
Last one to the spot's an asshole.
Lucky we even got a shot, dumbass.
dumbass.
You're so dumb.
Again with the wipe and the stabilizing shot. So when we started climbing up on that roof, the intention was to have like a full scene up on that roof. But as soon as we climbed up, we were caught and called down, and we weren't allowed up there anymore. They were going to call the police or whatnot, so we had to change to a different location, a different roof. As you'll see, we went on to a different roof on top of a parking building, where we instead filmed the intended scene that we were going to do up on that roof. Such a cool parking building, by the way. So this is basically just your run-of-the-mill like chase scene. Not very exciting by any means, but with the quirky music and everything, I thought it felt really nice. If it wasn't super obvious, Nicholas didn't make the wall run because it's quite a tall wall run. So I cut it just before he like went up for the ledge, and then I cut to me, and it was sort of like a back and forth cut to try and make this sort of work together. So we cut to him just like being hands already on top and climbing up.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, and here my brother shows up with the high-vis suit, not an actual security guard. And obviously it was just me, my brother, and Nicholas. So one of us had to film it, and they were both in frame. So I had to film that section. But now when we cut to this angle here, where it's me and Tim with the high-vis jacket in the background, someone had to film that, so that was Nicholas. But then if you look closely, you can see that no one's actually up on the roof. He's just talking to no one. So we had to do this like juggling of who's filming to make this whole scene all work.
Get out from there.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Well, we'll just take the long way around.
They're running. They're running.
I love that part. I love the part, the double. So good. I feel like the music works here. And that's me falling out of frame because I stumbled after the Webster down because of the bag like hitting me in the head. So we started laughing straight after this, but I just cut that out. Another wipe, establishing shot. another swipe thing transition. And this is the first thing that we filmed during the day this year. This clip actually I think was the first clip we filmed during the day. So this is us ending up at our spot. As you can tell, I won. I was there first. Oh, God. So when we were filming this, like I said, this is the first scene we're trying to film. We climb up on this roof. We haven't really been caught there before, but we haven't really been there much before. When we were up here, eventually someone saw us, called the police. And if you look in the background right here, you can see 2 police officers. One that actually happened to be Nicholas's old classmate or like a schoolmate. And they were really cool. They were like, guys, you can't be up here, whatever. You need to get down now. And we were telling them that we only have 1 scene left to film. So we're like, can we just finish this 1 scene, just this 1 angle, and then we'll be off. And they're like, well, how long do you need? And we're like, just like a couple of minutes. And they're like, okay, fine. So in every angle where the camera's pointing towards Nicholas, you can see the police in the background. It's just lucky that they were so nice. Otherwise, this might have been a whole failed project, because we were later called off of that other roof. So yeah.
I'm gonna miss this.
Miss what?
This.
So I've never done any acting. I don't think Nicholas has either. Like, of course, we've done like parkour jobs where we've been filmed, but it's always like we just do parkour and we look like, yarr, like we're escaping from something. But we've never had to do any like actual acting, you know. So this was like quite nerve-wracking in the beginning, because I was like, oh, I've never done this before. Like it's scary, especially since it's going to be like quite an emotional scene. I'm like, yeah, I was really nervous about this. And like I said, when I wrote this the night before, I got into the flow of it. So I wrote like quite cliche, kind of sad dialogue. And when I was reading it out loud to myself in my room before going to bed, I got quite emotional. So I was like crying while I was writing. I was like, but then when the day came and I had to like try and recreate all that emotion whilst being with my best mate and my brother, it's hard to cry on demand in front of them or whatnot. So I was really nervous about this scene. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. But just know, like, we're not professional actors, so this is going to be slightly cringe and kind of shit.
Training, hanging out, just being you and me at our spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that too.
I hated you the longest time. I just couldn't understand how you could do this to us, to me. Like, how could you just leave?
Leave. Focus hunting a little bit.
What am I supposed to do now? How are things ever gonna go back to the way they were?
They won't.
I know that, but you're not the one who's gonna have to live with it, you know? You could have talked to someone. You could have talked to me.
That line there, I was really poignant in getting that in, because that was sort of the difference between him having died through an accident or something and him having killed himself, which is the point of this whole thing. Because before it could have just been like, he left us, like he died, sure, it's not his fault. But this line here about like, you could have talked to someone, you could have talked to me, especially, pointed out how it was his decision to be quiet about it. And if he had talked to me or talked to someone else, professional, maybe he would still been with us, which makes this like 10 times as sad. In my head anyways, that was sort of the point. of giving it some extra emotional weight. If anyone ever saw this, maybe if they're struggling, this kind of hits them in a place, and maybe they'll talk to their mate if they're feeling down and or having any like dangerous thoughts or anything. Talk to people. It works. It helps. But just wanted to point that out.
Fucking asshole!
And here was the asshole. I wanted to be dumbass because that was his nickname. But I suppose asshole works. I was sort of in the heat of the moment trying to be emotional, so I fucked up the line.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm actually crying here, like properly crying. I was sobbing. So when I was just practicing the lines on my own between takes, I had some music in my right ear. I just put on some whatever sad music to try and get in the mood for it. And I like really got in a good headspace. I got in a very emotional headspace while I was practicing these lines. And Nicholas just happened to like be filming me talking to myself. And as I went through the motions of the whole scene, the whole dialogue, I moved myself to tears just as once. And he kept filming me, and we actually were able to use some of the that footage, as long as you couldn't see the little earbud in my ear, which is good because I'm turned the other way now. Which I felt like it got more genuine this way, because I really like the fact that I'm actually crying on camera. It was it was a vulnerable thing, but I'm really happy I did it, because it makes it more genuine, and I really felt like that I did a good job doing that. I don't know, I'm happy about it.
I'll be around.
I'll be around. I know you will, Nick. I know you will. His memory lives on forever. And now we get to see what was in the little towel in the beginning. Although we forgot to film the towel part, so we just had the jar that was in the towel, but hopefully people get it. And there's the reveal. He was never there. He was just an imagination of mine, not letting go, and I finally let go. And there's his ashes flying past. What I really find annoying about this clip is, since the police were there and we were trying to hurry, we just kind of threw the drone out and filmed this last piece of this scene just really quickly, so we could leave, because they were really starting to be on our heels, telling us to leave. And Nicholas just kind of hid. You can see him pretty clearly if you look for him. If you don't look for him, I'm sorry I ruined it for you if you haven't seen him. But you can see him just around the corner, like right next to me, basically, which kind of ruins this moment. Maybe I could have fixed it in post, but it would have been a nightmare. He's there anyways, as the camera pans out, and end scene. Yeah, so that was the project. Like I said, this is the version that I edited. Nicholas's version was the one that we sent into Peter McKinnon's competition. I don't know what happened, how well we did. I didn't get any follow-up. But this is more true to what I had in mind when I wrote the script. Again, there are some bits and pieces missing, things didn't go to plan. We got kicked off of basically every roof we went up on by the police or by others. But I felt like we managed to portray what I was intending in my script writing. I'm happy about the story and how it turned out. I'm happy about the video and how it turned out. It was a great first attempt at a story-driven video like this, and I'm really keen to do it again. I have been ever since. It's just, you know, life gets in the way, and I want to do parkour stuff as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching this little behind the scenes commentary of Ashes, this short film project. Yeah, this is kind of new for me to do this kind of commentary or behind the scenes thing. I've never done it before, but I want to do a behind the scenes video for Confidence, which is a video I released last year. If you haven't seen that, go to my channel and check it out. A lot of blood, sweat and tears put into that project, and I want to show some behind the scenes. So I thought I'd make this as sort of a preparation to do that one, because I want to make that one pretty in depth. So if you enjoyed it, you know, drop me a comment. I don't know what to do here. I'm not a YouTuber, but if you liked it, you know, let me know, and maybe I'll do more behind the scenes things or commentary things. Some of this might not have been super interesting, but if anything, this is just me, you know, documenting my story, and this is going to be fun for me, at least, to look back on when I've forgotten all about this project. So yeah, until next time, take care. This has been your boy. I've never said that in my life again. I don't know what I'm doing it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Ciao. Goodness gracious. Pretty wildfire. I should do more of this.